Hey guys, if you're new here, give us a like, give us a sub. It's going to help the channel grow more than you could ever believe. Thanks. Welcome to the Crypto Knowledge Alliance. In today's video, we're going to have a look at the Bitcoin price action and see what sense we can make of it. We're going to have a look at CoinMarketCap and the market in general. We've got a couple of news stories I want to look at, and of course, we will be announcing the winner of our giveaway competition. It's me, it's Jimbo. Let's do CryptoLive. Okay, so let's start here on the Bitcoin 4-hour chart. And as we said in yesterday's video, we sort of said that I was expecting a breakout past this resistance line. And if we did break, we were going to test the upper resistance of the longer trending pattern. So we pretty much did that. Not quite exactly a touch, but like I said before, these lines are never going to be perfect. You just have to draw a representation of what's going on in the price action and use it to your advantage. And as you can see, we got a push up out of the this resistance here, came up towards this upper resistance, and we're now on our way back down. It'll be interesting to see how this develops further. Are we going to drop all the way down and retest this resistance on the bottom end? Hard to tell so far. We'll just have to keep an eye on it. We've got a downtrending stochastic RSI, but it looks like we're running out of momentum here on our RSI, but it's just the beginning of this 4-hour candle, so we're going to have to watch this closely to see how it develops. Just have a quick look at the daily chart and see how that looks. Yeah, there. I mean, there you go. We've had the spike. We've got I mean, if I was going to be a bear in this situation, I would say that I don't like the fact that we've got this big rejection wick. You know, the stochastic RSI does still look like it might have a bullish cross, and there is a bit of support here for the RSI, but we're going to have to watch this closely, because I imagine in the next day or so we're going to get a good representation of this this longer pattern solving. I mean, we're getting really close, as you can see. You know, what sort of the end of date here is the 7th of March, so I think within the next week or 2 weeks we're really going to see which way this pattern is going to break out. And if you've got a keen eye and you can watch it and you can catch it fast enough, potentially a trade-off breakout of either of these sides is going to be very profitable, if that's your thing. Remember, guys, I'm not a financial advisor, just a guy calling things as I see them and sharing that information with you. So I hope that it's of some use. We're going to go ahead now and we're going to do the giveaway before I go on any further, because I know there's some people who may have just tuned in today just to see if they've had a shot at winning. Thanks to all those that entered. It was a subscription. As I said in the description there, you have to be on public subscriptions for me to be able to enter you into this, because if you don't have public subscriptions active, I can't actually see who you are. So yeah, so anyway, so I've got the list of the people who have subscribed and who are public, and here it is. As you can see, we've got a 1 to 13 list of people there. If you're on that list, you know who you are. What we're going to do is we're going to go to this random number generator on Google. I'm going to refresh the page live on video so you know I'm not cheating. I'm going to change it to 1 to 13, which is the number of people that we've got in that list there. And we're going to hit generate. It's given us number 11. So, number 11, Emily Jade. It's your lucky day. Excellent. Emily, if you if you put a message in the comment section, we'll get this sorted out and we'll get this 0.1 Ethereum to you. Congratulations. Okay, so now what else are we going to look at the market here today? Now, I did put a note out on the Telegram group and ask if we had any requests for content today, and I was asked to have a look at, I think it was ZRX from memory, ZRX Bitcoin. So let's have a quick look and see what's going on in the ZRX world. I always like to start on the 3 down. Now, this is the sort of thing that I'm going to be looking for. Now, I mean, look, it's just downtrending. This is a long-term downtrend. I'm sure if you look at the weekly chart, it's just not going to look very pretty at all. I mean, look at that. Not something that I would be looking to take a long entry position in. I think it was one of the premium users that requested this, so I'm going to give you my frank and honest opinion. Not something I would be looking currently at taking a long position out, because I'm just not seeing enough traction. It just looks like it's trending downwards. But having said that, we have got some signs of hope here. in that we have bottomed out on the stochastic RSI 3-day, which is something that I'm quite often looking for, and we've now got a bit of a bullish cross there. The RSI has bounced somewhat, so it'll be interesting to see if that can carry through. I'd be keeping an eye on this 3-day time frame, to be honest, to see if you've got much more emergence of positivity. Very possibly a doji here, but you know it's hard to account for really. You've got one here, and you had a little possible doji there, and you had a little incline up about 20%. So you know, let's keep an eye on it, see what it does there on the 3-day time frame. Across the other time frames, yeah, I mean, it's definitely on the climb on the daily, but you know, you can see it's had these periods before where it's climbed, and there are no signs on this chart for me that this thing's about to go parabolic, put it that way. You could take a trade out here, you know, if that's your thing. I probably wouldn't, just based on the chart alone, because I'm not sure about fundamental sentiment for this one at the moment. So if you're a bit more into doing the sentiment watching on ZRX, you're going to know if there's some big news coming out or something. But this wouldn't be a position I'd be entering just yet. Needless to say, you will have to watch the chart develop to make a determination. I always look to find my trends on the lower chart, on the higher time frame, sorry, and then find my entry point on the 4 or 2 hour. And at the moment, I'm not seeing anything that makes me very bullish across any of those ranges. Okay, so let's have a quick look at CoinMarketCap, see what's going on there. Now there was something on here I have to show you, and I'm a bit gutted really, because I really missed out on this one. ARK 73% up. Now I'm going to show you this. I had it earmarked on here, which is my little blue symbol, is the way I tend to watch things for immediate breakout, and I've been away from the computer this morning. I've had other things to do. You know, can't just be living in crypto world. Sometimes you've got to go and do normal life. And I was out, and as you can see, I had this resistance line put in, and then, you know, between 8 and 12 o'clock this morning, this thing has absolutely exploded, and we had a breakout of this formation at 65%. So there you go. Shame I can't catch them all. But look here, you know, you're looking at this lovely chart formation. We've got this downward trending resistance. You've got the RSI coming back down, and we've just turned here at the bottom, and you can see from the bottom of the RSI. Now this is really a good signal you want to be looking for. Turning from the bottom, you're out of downwards momentum as far as the stochastic RSI is suggesting, and you're trending upwards, and you can see this thing absolutely exploded. So that's an interesting standout on the top 100, and store just pushed as well. Now actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to take us over to the gainers and losers for the day, because this is there's a little rumbling in here of something that I haven't seen for a while. Now look at these top 3 movers in the 24-hour period are all higher than $40 million of volume. This is some real traction. Vechain, ARK, gas. Storage is up there within the top 10 as well. These are big percentage changes backed up with big volume. Now, I saw someone in one of my other groups earlier on today say spider senses are tingling. Is there something happening here? What we're seeing big movements into some of the projects. Interesting to see that, isn't it? Maybe we've got a rumbling in the market. Maybe something's going on. It's interesting to notice that the Bitcoin dominance has had its biggest daily decline for a little while. And it's not a huge decline. It's only a 0.2%. But is this people taking their Bitcoin and putting it into some projects they believe in? Who knows? So yeah, interesting there on the top 100. We've got some really big value moves worth watching and keeping an eye on. And on the flip side, ONG's come down 24% off 17 million volume. I think that's to be expected after their big run up with the Binance listing. What goes up must retrace. Yes, so what else have we got? App coins dropping down. They've recently had a little run up, so again, you know, same sort of story there. It's not quite as excessive as the ONG. Crypto.com, this is again, had a bit of a run up yesterday. It's coming back down again. For members, I'm going to go out there and say again, you know, there's no financial advice, but if you're in one of these, take some profits off the top. That's what I would do. If you're not in any of these and you're looking at them as a trading opportunity, I would advise against it, because you never want to buy in at the top, and certainly in the short term, you know, longer term, these things could be worth tons and tons more. So if you're investing for the long term, fine. If you're trading, probably not a very good entry point. Okay, so on to a little bit of news for the day. I want to try and make this one a bit quicker today. I don't want to bore you for 25 minutes. Japan e-commerce giant Rakuten, they're saying that the new payment app appears to support crypto. Now, this is a little bit of a grey one, because we know that Rakuten actually started taking Bitcoin on one of their websites back in 2015. They've always been a reasonably big supporter of the crypto space. There you go, in March 2015 they started taking payment on its American portal. But basically what's been said is that the company's specification that all payment solutions will be supported on the platform. And as I said, it implies support for crypto payments. It implies. We have not had this backed up. There's no real support for this yet, you know. But having said that, if there's any truth in it, it's absolutely brilliant. It's how we need big companies to start accepting cryptocurrencies for payments. They're only ever going to be useful if we can spend them. You know, speculation is obviously value in itself, because if more people speculate, the more valuable things come. But for adoption, we need to see people taking payments in cryptocurrency. So really happy to see that news, and I'm always trying to share the stories that are pro-adoption, because it's one thing to speculate, and it's another thing to see this space actually build. And it's these sort of stories, these are the things that we need to look at. These are the things we need to be learning about. How does this affect my positions? How is this going to develop in the future? It's just nice things to remember that, you know, we're at the very beginning of something new. On the flip side of that, I'm also going to try my best to report as much as often and as necessary on these scams and data breaches. We've got another. This is CoinMarketCap. I've never actually used it personally, but they're saying that they've got 450,000 users affected by data breach. Now, what is this data breach? That would be worth looking into. Here we go. 450,000 email addresses and hash passwords of users who registered on the platform before August the 5th, 2017. This is, they're saying that as of February 15th, there's no evidence of this data being used as perpetrators, but that just doesn't matter. This is poor security by brokerages, by exchanges. We need to be careful. Remember, if you have your cryptocurrency in cold storage, you protect your own private keys. That's the best way to own cryptocurrency. Yes, maybe have a little bit. If trading's your thing, leave a little bit on one of the exchanges. You know, I personally tend to do my trading on Binance. Reason why? I have a higher level of trust and support for them. I also very much like the exchange Cryptos. I think that's actually changed to Liquid now, Cryptos. But again, they're very much centered around their security. I mean, Cryptos, when I was originally using that, they only actually did 2 withdrawals a day off your account. And that was because all of your cryptocurrency was being held in cold storage. Now, there's all sorts of issues with that as well. A cryptocurrency exchange having cryptocurrency in cold wallets, you need to trust them to trade, because, you know, what if they just keep it in the cold storage, right? But personally, I had some good use with Cryptos, which has now become Liquid, and I think there's probably a very good future there for Liquid. They're working on some really interesting projects, including the World Book. And this isn't me shilling. I don't have any vested interest. I used to own their currency is Cash, QASH, Cash. But I don't hold any more, so I'm not shilling for my own benefit. I'm just saying, check it out. The World Book that they're developing and the liquidity pools that they're trying to develop could really help in some of the issues that we're having with cryptocurrency trading. So maybe have a read of that. Do your own research. Check things out. The best way to succeed in this market is to learn. And in my opinion, the best way to predict the future is to write it yourself. And if you educate and you learn more and you get better at things, then you're more likely to be able to predetermine your future in that activity. Anyway, if you're new here, guys, give us a sub, give us a like, helps the channel grow. If you're interested in this sort of content and you want to keep learning about cryptocurrencies, the Telegram link's down there in the description. Come and get involved. It helps the channel more than you could ever believe. And we're growing at a really good rate. We've got some good heads involved now, really knowledgeable people, and yeah, come and join the conversations. I'm sure that even if you know some of the content already, you're going to learn stuff, and if you know some of the content already, that's even better. Come and give your contributions to the group. That's what we want to see, a collective contributions which will result in success, in my opinion. Anyway, this has been CryptoLive. Till next time, bye guys.